the fountain. Perfect. Well, welcome everybody. Thank you for coming in. What a great gift to be together and attend a great meditation together. See, it's all about the community, right? We share each other's energy, and especially when we are in meditation, our hearts are open, so we're exchanging each other's energy, and we can uplift each other. So it becomes more powerful. There's a strength to it. So whenever you can, come in person. I know some of you join online as well, but try to come in person when you can. It makes a difference for others as well, right? Not just you. Hi. Oh, Tanya. Welcome back. Long time. And I assume we are live, right, David? Okay. Okay. So last week, I don't know how many of you attended the online session, but people who were here, we were talking a little bit about how to keep on our radar the I am space. The I am in us, in you, in me, in all of us. How to keep that in the foreground and how to use that in all our decisions, in all our choices, to keep remembering that, right? And we talked about if the ocean is God or the divine consciousness, then you are the wave. If the sun is the God consciousness, then you are the sunlight. Your true essence is divine. Your true nature is divinity itself. You are the I am. I am all that. You're not separate from it. You're connected to it. You're part of it. You are it. And yet, when we came from this land of the soul, we forgot that. There was this great forgetting. So all our spiritual practices, all our efforts have one goal, which is closing the gap between the great forgetting and the remembering. It's just closing the gap. It's awakening and discovering and dialing back to our wholeness, to our true nature. And it's interesting, they say that we all who come on this earth plane are very brave souls, really brave. We took on this gauntlet that, we're going to just go into this 3D reality, which is a very dense plane, which has a lot of difficulties and challenges. And the first challenge thrown to us is that we're going to forget. We're going to forget that we are divine beings. And of course, we're going to be given these powerful tools like mind and body, but they're going to make us forget even more our true nature. So that was the challenge given to us. And we, brave souls, we took on this challenge and came to this earth. And the challenge was, you will forget who you are, and your whole life calling, your highest life calling, should be remembering who you are. Remembering that you are a superhero. You have all those superpowers. Remembering all of that, and then coming back to your wholeness. So that was the challenge that was given to us. And so we use meditation and other spiritual practices as a tool to awaken to that fact. Okay? Does that make sense, guys? Okay. So with that said, we all go on this path, and most of you are on this path, and some of you are getting very serious about it, and some of you have been on this path, on this journey. You get on this spiritual journey. And at some point, it happens to all of us. Either there is a meditation where you really go deep within, or there is a prayer, or you have a moment when you feel, it's like a reckoning. It's a spiritual reckoning. And you say, I'm just going to go all in. I'm going to go all in and see what's in there. Right now, it's just testing the waters, but now I'm going to go all in and see what happens next. And you surrender. You jump in both feet and you're there for everything and for every practice. And you're reading, researching, and you're meditating, and you're just feeling so inspired and motivated, and you're there. A few days pass, a few months even, for some people even a year, and then something happens. You start to lose it. There is a point of stagnation. Some kind of doubt creeps in, okay? And they call it spiritual backsliding. There is a significant spiritual backsliding, and I want to really discuss this today because I don't want you all to get off this practice. So this was one of the important things that we learn in the practice. So there are two things, by the way, spiritual bypassing and spiritual backsliding. I've discussed bypassing some time back, but today we're discussing spiritual backsliding. And so in weeks or in a year, there is a stagnation, and this doubt creeps in, and it's this backsliding. You start doubting your intention. You start doubting that, are you really aligning with your higher self, or what are you doing? And you doubt it. There is a significant backsliding. And you notice it especially when you notice your anti-evolutionary patterns that start to show up. You see you're getting angry anyways. You're reacting rather than responding. And just nothing, you feel like you haven't shifted. And you wonder what's going on. So spiritual backsliding has nothing to do with your intention. If you made that intention that you're going all in, it has nothing to do with your intention. A lot of books and texts don't teach us this, but a good mentor will always teach us how to handle this. Backsliding has nothing to do with your intention. The truth is, you don't cease to be human. Your humanness is going to be there. You're not going to transform overnight. And it really depends on how much baggage you've collected. Baggage is not the right word, but how much different kind of karmic energies you've accumulated. Your limiting beliefs, your limiting patterns, your habits. You don't cease to be human. And so you're going to keep running into yourself, as it were. You're going to keep running into yourself. But that is when you remember that the fact that you recognize it, the fact that you recognize that you're losing it, or you're losing yourself, or you're noticing your patterns coming up, the fact that you recognize that shows your intention is working. Because earlier you were not even conscious of them. You thought this was the way of life. This is how we live. Yes, I got angry, but then I asked for forgiveness, and so, the person forgave me, and so, okay, I'm human, I made a mistake, but, so you forgive yourself, which is okay, but justifying yourself is sometimes not okay. So the fact that you become aware, that means your intention is working, okay? So the idea is how you approach if you fall back, if you backslide, if you go off track, if you go off course. How you approach it is the whole point. Because it is part of your spiritual growth that you are going to slide back, because there are some lessons that you need to learn. Because everything is not, you are probably reasserting some lesser parts of yourself. They are reasserting. Their agenda is being reasserted in your life. The weaker parts of yourself are reasserting themselves. And that is why this is your opportunity for your growth. Spiritual path is not about perfection. These are your lessons. And that is how you handle it. So, few ways to handle this. Oh, wait, but it gets even a little trickier. I forgot that. That's when your ego, because remember, when you go on a spiritual path, it's a slow death of your ego. The ego goes. You create another identity, but it is a heart-centered identity. It is out of here. It's not out of personal stories and personal wounds and personal agenda. It's more expansive. So it's a slow death of your ego. And your ego wants to survive. It doesn't want you to change. And so the ego jumps in. And then it throws in a story. And then you doubt yourself. Am I even worth this? Am I good enough? Am I doing it right? Am I spiritual enough? Do I have too much baggage that nothing is going to change anyways? Why even bother? And then it gets even worse. Does this even work? What am I doing sitting and meditating and going within? And the world is enjoying. There's a full life to be lived, and here I am. What am I doing? So from self-doubt to doubting the practice, to doubting everything. And that's the oldest trick in the book, guys, that your ego is going to throw at you, because it wants you to create a story out of this. Doubt everything. The process doesn't work. You are no good. You don't know what you're doing. Stop this. Nothing has changed. What did you change? What shifted in you? Really nothing. And so all of the story, it starts to build up. And the ego is merciless then. It's going to keep throwing this doubt in your mind, this nagging thing. Even when you're meditating, it's going to be there. It's going to circulate you in your mind. It's the oldest trick in the book. Now, if you buy this story, then you're caught in its trap. You're caught in its trap if you buy it. If you drink this Kool-Aid, you are caught. And that's it. And then you might wean off. You might remove yourself from this practice. And then eventually you'll come back, because eventually life will tell you this is the way to go. Because it is giving you so much peace and so much joy, but you're not recognizing it. And so you bought the story, and the story becomes your reality, and you start living that. So you get off this journey, and you go on a different path. So the first thing to remember is that spirituality or spiritual practices are not about perfection. It is about your evolution. So when you break your intention, when you break your commitment, it doesn't speak anything about you. The fact that you recognize it, that means it is working, okay? And then also take it as an opportunity to do some journaling, self-reflection. This is the time to reflect. What happened? What changed? What was the trigger? What went wrong? Why did I swerve off the path? Okay, no worries. Come sit. Why did I? Yes. So why did we get off the path? So start journaling that. Self-reflection is going to really help you know yourself, know thyself, right? So self-reflection is going to really help you figure this out better. The second thing, and then I'm going to ask the community the questions. The second thing is find a partner who shares your passion for spiritual growth. Find a buddy that you can be vulnerable with. You can share your ideas and what's going on with you and why it's not working out, and how can that partner help you get back in. And then the third is, and which brings me to the meditation today, is write down your gratitude journal. Don't stop. I call it the thank you project. And never give up on the thank you project. When you write down your gratitude journal and you start looking back, you will notice how much this practice has actually given you. And it keeps giving you. But you kind of forgot it because remember the great forgetting? You are in this great forgetting. Your thank you project is going to show you when you look at these pages, when you turn the pages and you'll say, oh, wow, look at all the shifts. Look at all the transformations. Look at all the changes. And that's how you can overcome this little slip that you felt you had, right? So I know I went too fast, um, but I really would like to hear from the community. Have you guys experienced this, and how do you handle it? And if you'd like to share, David, can you pass on the mic, please? Oh, Sangeeta.
Hello. Hi, guys. Thank you. Thank you, Barkha. So, I think spiritual backsliding happens all the time when you are on this journey if you do not have the discipline. So, for me, the discipline is so important. And what is the discipline? Meditate every day. You can meditate, start from the 10 minutes to 20 minutes to 1 hour to 2 hours, and everybody would question who has 2 hours in a day with life full of so many things to handle. But eventually, you get there. And you do not have to start with 2 hours, you can start with 10 minutes. But what happens with me is when I don't meditate every day, no matter what, I have between 45 minutes to 1 hour each time, and I try to do twice a day. But I've got to that position. I couldn't even meditate 10 minutes in a day, and the monkey mind being the monkey mind. But the benefit is every time I meditate, I have so much of clarity and blank space. I have so much of grace in my thinking that my thoughts and my process of thinking and responding to the situation is totally different versus when I'm not. Because my ego driven actions are very different, and my heart driven actions, the spiritualism, that energy driven actions are very different. So I can feel the difference the moment I backslide, and I know the benefits of not doing it, and I go back and do it again. So that's where I think it benefits me.
That's a great point. So what you're saying is the discipline is important. The persistence is important.
Important. And
That
then
shows your resilience, right?
yes. And then it's okay to meditate. One day you feel it's very powerful, and one day it's been the same, and it's going the same. It's not high, it's not low. Actually, that's when you're hitting your consciousness. When you the blissful state is not blissfully happy or blissfully. Of course, nobody wants to be sad, but that is where the core is. I am just in it, experiencing this just as is. That's the awareness.
Very
It's
well
beautiful.
said. Very
I,
well said. I like that.
I love being in that state. Of course, I get back into my normal world, but then I love being in that state, and that is the driving factor why I want to meditate and why I want to do so much. Because when the heart kicks in, you want to do so much. You want to focus on yourself in doing and giving so much. You literally don't have any bandwidth for anyone doing anything to you. If something goes wrong, you just focus on what I will do next time to course correct this. And this is my journey, my path. And I do not have the time to judge what others did to me, because I know next time I can change the course. That brings the strength in you as well.
Very good. Very good. Thank you for sharing. Sure. Anybody else?
Thank you very much. So, as an individual, I see when I'm off balance. I can tell in myself. So I do go back and I meditate, and I think I've learned that I
Could you be
can.
louder?
Oh,
If
I
you can
can
too.
be my own judge in that, and I can see when I'm off balance, and then I meditate and I come back and I just bring gratitude in. So I thank goodness I've developed that. And I just got a a light turn on, and I think I'm used to being this way because in my marriage, I I gave all of my power away. So in a way, I'm used to being all in, and that was a very negative way. But now I'm used to being now. So my consciousness is used to being all in, but now it's for myself.
It's
Thank
working
God.
for you.
Um, but to help everybody else, Sharon and I, we were just every morning we just do a thumbs up text to each other after we did our meditation as a check-in kind of thing, and we just stopped, and so thank you for the reminder for us to start again. Yeah, yeah,
Yes, very good. Thank you.
because it really motivated me and probably Sharon.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, just to keep with the practice. Yeah, thanks.
Anybody else?
So I think there's a value in the backsliding. And I think the value can be you're cruising along and you're taking your steps and you're feeling good about your practice and you're going, and then this voice comes in and says, really? Is that really what God's about? Is it, and as you said, is it really, am I really going to go? And so by allowing that to happen, instead of fighting it and saying it's a war between my heart and my head, it's not a war, it's an integration of the two. So this guy's saying this and the heart's kind of going here. But out of that period of time can come a lot of strength. You go to a practice that you've been practicing and you say, this really is who I am. This is really, so instead of fighting that off, just say, hey, we're here together. And yes, my mind's got thoughts. My human nature is my human nature. As you said, it's why we're here. We're not on some other planet. We're not, we do an ethereal thing floating around somewhere else, which maybe that'll be the next time around. So there's a value in that, and allow that to be. And I think there's a value for me because I can be a very mental person if I've learned over the years to not be so mental, but allow that to happen. Allow those thoughts to come in and not push them away, and then deal with them with your practice. Go to your heart and say, is that the truth about this? What is it that I know? What is it that I'm learning? What is it that's changing in my life? And I think your gratitude, your logging your gratitude helps you have an anchor point for that. But I think that's the thing, is to not let it be a war. It's not a war. It's just, it's part of the whole.
It's part of the process.
Yeah.
Very good.
I like the reminder that we're just forgetting.
Could you be louder?
Yes, I like the reminder that we're forgetting. We're just simply remembering and forgetting. And there's a song that we often sing in our community. I am remembering who I am. And it's just been going through my mind the last 2 weeks. It's like I am remembering who I am. And it has put me into a state of curiosity because I know that we're more than this lifetime. And there's parts of me that want to, I want to remember, and I'm just like on the edge of remembering, awakening. And so there's a process of curiosity that I'm experiencing now.
Thank you.
And then for me, the turning point was acceptance. That's a big word, but truly accepting with all the teachings, with all the practicing, with all the inner revelations, acceptance.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, I would say these thoughts are beautiful. By the way, I heard about the self-discipline. I mean, I agree with the self-discipline. I think the thing that just kind of struck me right now is that back in the day, maybe these spiritual folks were on their own journey and they didn't really have I think having this community really helps, because there's times that you do fall off, but you come back here
Yes.
and it kind of gets you back on that track. And if you have a spiritual buddy or somebody that you can actually kind of go make sure that you're keeping each other in check. I think that
Yes.
kind of helps us
Really.
in this journey. If we hit this backsliding, just having that reminder that that community kind of bring us back in. I think that's maybe that's something that didn't exist back in the day. I think everybody
Yes.
was kind of on their own,
Yeah.
and so they probably suffered it more so, and hopefully we can avoid a lot of that. So.
Yeah. Very good. Abiba, something?
You don't know me. I was just thinking while everybody was talking, what I do when I'm feeling a little bit backsliding. I set an intention, like a sankalpa, just for that week. What am I focusing on? Like the one we did recently was no judgment. That was harder than I thought. No, I thought that I don't judge. I'm spiritual. I don't judge anybody. But then I realized when I made that intention, how many times during that week that I was judging people, like just automatically. So it made me take a step back, and then I geared my meditations toward that theme. So sometimes when I feel like I'm kind of like trying to grasp on the different concepts, I pick one that maybe I'm struggling with or that I need to refresh myself about, and then I focus the intention for that week, and then I revisit it the next week. How did I do on judging? We still need to stay there? I think we're gonna stay there for another, you know what I mean? Like for another week. And then once I progress and I move on to something else. So that's been something that's been helpful for me whenever I feel like I'm backsliding or what is the meditation doing for me at this point. Yeah.
Thank you. That's great.
So I just kind of want to thank everybody for sharing because, one of the things
Could
that
you be louder?
I'm not louder.
This is so loud for me. I cannot.
Oh my goodness, I'm not loud. That's a first. So I was just saying I want to thank everybody for sharing because, I find that just hearing from other people just kind of helps remind me and helps me refocus a lot of the time. Because we all seem to have the same issues come up all the time, and the same things recurring, and there's just something that's just really helpful about the community and just hearing everybody
Yes.
speak openly, and it just it makes a big difference. It really helps me kind of refocus.
Right.
Oh, no,
It's okay.
well, thank you everybody for sharing. Like David, I like hearing everybody's different stories. And I think recently, just like a couple days ago, like I was telling Biba, I think I'm now coming out of a backslide. So I was having, I'm doing the breath work and doing those kind of things. And I felt like I was just sitting there. I'm doing it because I'm supposed to do it. But then recently I started feeling more so like, there's so much more to it. And then you hear the different things in your head where it'll say, okay, what are you doing? Why are you doing this? This is, you know what I mean? It's not working. But then you get over that, you get through that hump, and then you feel like, okay, this is working, because when you do go back and you go in your journals and you read things, and then you look at where you are now versus where like with the judgment thing. I literally wrote no judgment on my wrist because I just wanted to be able to see it every single time. And it wasn't just so much for me judgment of others, which was there, but it was more so judgment for myself and feeling like that imposter syndrome, like you're not spiritual enough. You're not good. You're right. You're not doing it right. But being in the space where, like Sangeeta had said, where you don't feel there's no huge bliss or there's no, huge sadness, you're just kind of just in it. And I realized that's where I'm supposed to be. Wherever you are in your meditation practice is exactly where you're supposed to be. And so understanding that and that coming into my head made me feel a lot better, and not feeling like it's, what are you doing, and questioning what you're doing, because wherever I am is where I'm supposed to be.
Very well. Very good.
And I use thought a lot in what I do, like, in real estate, whatever. Like I really think, and I take the time to think, and I negotiate time, to make sure that everybody is in benefit, like it's not just for one person, the whole thing is for everyone, something fair and and the right thing. Yeah, the fair thing. So, yeah.
Very good. Thank you. She wants just Maggie.
Um, Coming from like a more teenager
Could you
perspective,
louder?
talk louder, sorry. Coming from more of a teenager perspective, finding a spiritual buddy, because I don't live here, I live in Idaho, and it's a very different place, more, um, no one is spiritual, and I don't find people, okay, that sounded bad, but you know what I mean. I can't find any, I can't, I can't find people who I can relate to. So coming here with my dad, we definitely find the vulnerability in each other, and I can connect with him more than I can connect to anybody ever. Sorry, I'm gonna cry. um, so being away is really hard because I can't have this community that you all have, and it's just so beautiful. Yeah, yeah, that's all I wanted to say.
Oh, we love you. Loving dad. Oh, she's so well. Then maybe, Lila, you have a, a responsibility. Maybe you start this community over there. You're going to do it. I have a feeling. You're going to create this. You're going to be this thought leader over there who's going to bring this family, find a family there. I hope you do that. I can see you will do that. Mm. Olivia, would you like to say something? Okay. Is there a mic?
Yep. Come. Sorry.
I think the biggest thing to remember is we don't have to do any of this. It's really about the experiences that you want to have in life. So knowing that, you can give yourself a lot of grace when you do go into that backslide, that we don't have to do any of it. We can live whatever life we want to live. It's all part of the grand plan. So a lot of times if you feel like you have to do something, it's harder to do. So you get to do it if you want to. And then of course the benefits from doing it are far outweigh not doing it. But once you learn that, I think it just becomes a natural way of your life. And it's no longer a struggle to stay in that place.
Yeah, that makes sense. I agree. You don't have to do any of this. But when you do it, you do recognize the benefits. And nobody's going to beat you down. You're not going to go to hell or heaven or any of that. But you might have a chance to live an extraordinary life. And so I think for me, what worked when I started on this journey, there were two things that really worked for me, which was a total surrender. I decided to surrender to myself to all of this, and I jumped in with both feet. I did my research, I started reading. Eventually I gave up my regular job as well, but that happened later. And so I surrendered completely, and I said, I'm going to surrender to this for the next 6 months. I gave myself time. And then with surrender, what I noticed, and the 6 months after I wanted to continue, what I found was that there was a kind of faith that set in. So faith is going to be, and surrender and discipline is going to be a powerful ally for you in this practice. A discipline, a sense of discipline, sankalpa, as I said, commitment, surrender, and faith. And yes, the thank you project, the thank you journal is also going to help you see your shifts, your transformations. Yeah. Later? Okay. All right. So I just wanted, if I may, would you want to introduce what you both do? Because, we've talked about heart math a lot, and we'd like you to share a few words about that.
Well, Heart Math has done the most research about the connection between the heart and the brain, and has discovered that we actually, when we're in nature, when we're experiencing joy and happiness, and that our hearts are wide open, we go into a state of coherence. We've probably all experienced that flow state where you lose track of time and you're just in that divine love. And so what Heart Math has to offer is simple techniques that we can use with our eyes open to reconnect. And so the wisdom that is there, that the heart has intelligence of its own. And for some reason, when we were talking earlier, I had the image of a cable car come into my mind. If you've ever know how cable cars work in San Francisco, they go up these really steep hills that horses couldn't go up, and so the cable car was invented. And there is a cable underneath the ground that moves up over the hill, and the cable car grabs onto that cable, and it gets pulled up the hill. So we are always connected. We're not always tuned in, but I can grab on to a practice like Heart Math. I can grab on to meditation and bring me back to accessing this intelligence. So it's very simple. And would you like to just go into coherence for just a second? Mm-hmm. So when I teach this, this lifetime I came to be with the young people. And I came to learn that this is my only job is to help people connect right here. And so the children, there's 3 steps, and I'll ask you to say them out loud with me. So heart focus. Put your hand on your heart. And then heart breathing. And we're going to breathe, and the motion for that is breathing in and out through the area of your heart at a pace that's comfortable for you. Breathing in and out. Breathing in and out. Heart feeling appreciation. Something that's easy to appreciate in this moment. Perhaps being with a pet, or just looking around and seeing the beauty the place that we're in, the sunshine on the grass, and the beauty of each other's faces. And just this feeling that you have when you're here. It's palpable. When we came in, I could just hear the joy bubbles as people were greeting one another. So just feel that feeling. And this is coherence. That means that your heart and your brain are aligned with one another, and that you have access to that intelligence in your heart, the I am presence that guides you.
So what has been interesting to me and why I really dived into it is it satisfies the mental part of me, the scientific part that wants to know, because the underlying thing of heart math is spirituality. But there's a scientific part to it. There are PhDs in science that have done the research and literally found that you are able to change the rate of change between each heartbeat. If you had 60 beats a minute, that's kind of a norm. You'd think you'd have one every second. But in reality, sometimes there's a second and a tenth, and a second and 2/10, second and 3/10 between the beats, and then sometimes it's 0.9, 0.8. And by doing the process that Carolyn just showed us, what you literally are doing, and you can measure it with a monitor, is you are changing your heart rate from doing this to going very smooth. It goes faster, 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 slower, 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 and it literally graphs out like that. And that they then found puts you into a state of coherence that has all these other values. And one of the great ones is you can go to your heart and ask questions that your mind just can't figure out, especially the big questions, well, even the little questions. And sometimes the answer comes immediately, but if you ask for it and keep persisting, as our prior minister at Unity Walnut Creek would say, just ask, say, I really, really want to know. The answer comes, and they're answers to really deep questions, and how do I live my life or what I want to do, and that's a big piece of it too that has really been valuable to everybody who gets involved in Heart Math. And it's so exactly what we're doing here. It's not some other thing. It's this thing with just some different way of looking at it.
Thank you. Yeah, that's very good. So we figured out a little bit as a community, when the doubt creeps in, talk to a partner, somebody who shares your passion for spiritual growth. Get back into soul feelings. I like to call them soul feelings, gratitude and love and forgiveness and compassion. Get back into those feelings because they will help you go beyond your mind, as you just mentioned. They will, this is too loud. They will, okay, now, is it okay? They will help you get into a deeper wisdom, the wisdom of the heart, because that's where these soul feelings are. And so get back into these powerful emotions. And I remember Tanya used a very good word, emotional intelligence. Be intelligent about what kind of emotions you want to access. That's going to help you, again, go past this doubting mind. What else? Yes, dancing, chanting, find an art, anything to get past the left brain. Is it the left brain? Yes, the left brain, the logic. Anything that helps you get past it. And just continue on this path and see what reveals, right? Okay, so we're going to do a gratitude meditation today because it makes sense. Gratitude has a powerful electromagnetic signature. It emanates from your heart. And when you feel gratitude, when you are in gratitude, when you sense each other's gratitude energies, you get into coherence really fast. And when you're in coherence, you heal. You heal mentally, you heal physically. You dissolve so many of your karmic patterns. There's so much stuff happens subtly that you probably are not even aware of, but there's a lot of changes happen, a lot of breakthroughs. So always have a gratitude meditation in your life, at least once in 15 days, if not more. Okay? But today we will do a gratitude meditation. Anybody wants to take a break, or should we just go in? So we haven't tested the music because we're not sure how the music is going to sound. We are very aware of it sitting back there. But here we have two elements which are kind of unpredictable for us. So I hope it all works out. But if it is too loud, I'm going to have David bring it down. So, you will be dealing with the noise and the fountain, because I don't want the music to be too overpowering either. So we'll just make do. Okay. The sun is up. Yes. All right. Let's begin by closing our eyes. And just coming back to your senses, which means listening to the sound, the sound of the fountain, the sound of the music. Now using your sense of smell, see if you can pick up a scent. Just grounding yourself. Sensing the breeze on your face. And just relaxing. Giving yourself permission to just be. Surrendering to this moment. Now let's channel our breath from our heart space, bringing your awareness to your heart. Breathing in, 2, 3, 4, and hold. 2, 3, 4. Breathing out. 2, 3, 4. Staying in your heart space. Let's do this again. Breathing in. 2, 3, 4. And hold. 2, 3, 4, and breathing out. 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Again, inhaling. 2, 3, 4, and hold. 2, 3, 4, out. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Staying in your heart space. And do this breathing on your own. Breathing in. and relax. Observe the rhythm of your breath. Breathing in love for yourself and your life. Breathing out gratitude. Let's begin a journey of gratitude, weaving together your past, your present, and what's to come. Starting with your childhood. Picture yourself as a child, full of curiosity and wonder. Feel the warmth of your inner child, that child who dared to dream, to explore, and see the world with wonder. Breathing in and exhaling gratitude for your inner child. Let your heart expand towards your parents, those who first held you. Breathe deeply as you honor those hands that guided you. And even in their imperfection, they gave you their best. So thank them for the lessons, the love, the struggles, and the grace. Inhaling your parents' love and exhaling gratitude. moving your focus to your present family, the people you call home. These beautiful souls walk with you, sharing your joys and your challenges. Feel their love like a warm embrace, and in return, offer them gratitude. Thank you, my family, for being my anchor, my laughter, my life, and my strength. Inhaling the warmth of your family's love and exhaling gratitude. And now bring to mind your friends, your chosen family, who have stood by you in both joy and sorrow. Thank you for your friendship, for the love and the support. Inhaling strong bonds and friendship. Exhaling love. Now honor the mentors and guides who have shown you the way. Their wisdom has offered clarity when you were lost, purpose when you were searching. Thank you for believing in me when I could not yet believe in myself. Breathing in their wisdom and exhaling gratitude. Now move your attention to your feet. Observe Mother Earth and how it supports you. Mother Earth has held you in her arms through every sunrise and sunset, grounding your spirit. Thank you, Mother Earth, for sustaining me, for your endless gifts, for your embrace that holds me. Inhaling the blessings of Mother Earth, her warm embrace, and exhaling gratitude. Staying very focused with your gratitude. And if your mind wanders, you come back to your heart space. Breathing in gratitude and breathing out gratitude. Now move your attention to your body. The sacred vessel that has carried you through all these seasons, honoring your body, its strength, its resilience, and its beauty. Everything in your body has been a sacred gift. Every breath, every heartbeat, every step is a precious offering. Thank you, my body, for standing by me, for holding me through every experience, and for being my companion in this incredible journey. And with your next inhale, fill yourself with love for your body. And as you exhale, release pure gratitude. And now come home to your breath. It has been with you from the very first moment. Feel it now as it moves in and out of your body. Breathing in life, exhaling gratitude. Channeling this breath to your heart, filling with gratitude for your heart and your breath. your beautiful heart, your radiant heart. Your courageous heart. Breathing in love and breathing out gratitude. Now turning inwards to the I am space within you, the divine essence. Feel gratitude for your own strength, for your love, for your light. You are the hero of your own story, and you're worthy of all the love, joy the universe has to offer. Breathing in, I am. Breathing out, I am. And filling yourself with gratitude for yourself. Staying in deep gratitude for this magical moment, for your practice, for yourself, for this community, filling your heart with gratitude. Coming back to your heart and breathing in 2, 3, 4. Breathing out 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Again, staying in your heart space and channeling your breath in your heart. Breathing in 2, 3, 4, and breathing out 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And when you feel ready, when you feel inspired and grateful, you may open your eyes to love, light, and letting go. Namaste. think the music stopped abruptly. Sorry about that. I know, it was a bit jarring. So did the noise bother people? You didn't hear it? Yeah. Yes. Oh, good. Right. Oh, really? Okay. Oh, wow. Oh, good. Okay, great. I had to speak a little louder because I couldn't hear even my own voice, so I apologize for my voice being a little. Okay. Yeah. Yes. That's hilarious. What is that? Oh, thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, guys. Well, so here we are. We are living in paradise, people. This is paradise. There's so much unrest in different parts of the world. And we're living in paradise. Let's recognize that and be so grateful for every moment that we have. Let's go live your life with joy and happiness and enthusiasm. Don't worry about a thing. Everything will sort itself out. I promise it has a way of doing it. Just go live your life. All right, that's all. Okay. And we need to cut the cake. So, Sangeeta, Abiba, please do the honors.
Goodbye to people online.
Okay, Linda, too. I. Olivia, would you like to say something about your event if you want to? You're welcome to talk. This is an open forum. Everybody.
Sure, I don't mind announcing that. So,